we go with the after video for Narrowboat Sola Gratia. This is after the refit, which took 2 months back in the summer, and here we go to just show you our new home basically. Quick pan round the garden, absolutely glorious, on the outskirts of Stafford, very very distant rumble of the M6, but here it's just stunning, beautiful. Okay, just to show you the boat, we've got the pram cover on the back now, which, sorry about this, we're actually looking straight into the sun, I don't know how good this is going to be. Got the pram cover on the back, which is kind of the canvas porch on the back. That whole thing folds right down and can be got right out of the way when we're cruising, but when it's up and the doors are all zipped up and clipped up, it gives us amazing insulation, extra storage space, somewhere to dry the laundry, and yeah, it's made a huge difference, huge difference. Coming around, we've now got the name on the back of the boat there. There we go, I think that shows in the shot. Just simple lettering, stickers, but it's done, no problem. And then we've got solar panels on the roof, there's 2 of those. One's lifted up at the moment to capture the maximum effect of the sun on there, just to keep the batteries topped up, charge it up, keep us in light and power and things, and it makes a huge difference. Looking down, the outside of the boat is a little different. It may or may not show on the videos, a few patches of paler coloured blue on the bottom section. That's undercoat, which has been put on just to protect the paintwork from where there was a few knocks and scratches on there, and from where some of the work was done there was some rust coming through. So that's been done, and that includes that section on the front that was covered in red oxide. That's now undercoated, so it's safe and sealed. On the front, as you can see, we've got the cratch cover. Again, same thing, it's PVC coated canvas, and it just gives extra insulation, extra storage space, and a bit more cover and space to dry some laundry. And we've opted with that to have a completely roll-upable front with the windows on it, so that we can safely access the front ropes and the gas locker without having to climb around the front of the boat. And just a quick pan back down the boat there, and there's Tim and Oakley waiting to get back in their home. Right, I'm just going to climb into the bow. This may wobble a little because the water levels are quite high, so it's quite a big climb to get up. So bear with me. Right, I'm in. Okay, now we're inside the bow deck. Inside the cratch, just looking out, as you can see, we've got laundry lines up on the roof there, so we can get the laundry dry. And one side is rolled up at the moment, the other side is kind of flapped up, but it's open on those sides. All 3 of the panels along each side of the cratch open and roll up. The whole thing rolls up and can be taken off quite easily as well, so it's very functional, very useful. Looking down inside the boat, first thing I think you'll probably notice is that it's much lighter, brighter and more spacious. It's a much more open plan than it was. Going down into the boat now, we've got, as you can see in the front there, there's the sofa. That's a sofa bed, which can go either way around, lengthways or sideways on the boat, and it's made to fit. Going around to look at the front, you'll see the walls and the ceiling are now lined with ash panel wood. Really rather nice. That was a bonus. We weren't actually planning for that, but that happened. That was lovely. There's looking forward through the cratch, through the front doors. Other than that, the front of the boat hasn't really changed a huge amount. This very front section, we've still got the radio unit there and the fire. We do have new steps there. We've got 2 where we used to have one very steep, nasty one, and those steps double as storage. The tops lift up, and the whole of the inside of that is storage, full of shoes at the moment. But they can still be moved away to get to the storage underneath the bow deck there. Coming around, Oakley's bed, of course, and hooks for his lead and harness and collars and things. Coming up onto the wall, there's our thimble collection on its custom-made rack, just beginning to take shape there. And just looking down through the boat, you can see we now have a dining table and the kitchen further back, or the galley, whichever you like to call it. We've still got the red carpet on the walls and things attached to it by Velcro. Very useful, but the carpet's actually quite insulating and quite nice. Right, the dining table actually makes down to a double bed. It's what's called a Pullman dinette. So there's cushion bench seats either side, and the table, if we look underneath, that sits on a leg which comes out. The table itself goes down onto ledges by the side of the cushion, or between the cushions. Then the cushions actually fold over to make the mattress of the bed. Underneath that, we've actually got a slightly raised floor, and that lifts up, the top of that lifts up, so there's a huge amount of storage underneath that, and underneath each of the seats is full storage as well. Now coming down, we're coming into the kitchen. We've got an extra little cupboard actually under the gunnels there. That again was a bonus, but it's been custom built by Liam, the carpenter, and he made it so that the top of it just perfectly fits the tea, coffee and sugar canisters. And the shelves inside are deep enough to take like the depth of 2 cans of beans or whatever. So actually there's an incredible amount of storage in such a little cupboard. And then there's a little drawer, 2 drawers at the top for the cutlery, which he's made purposely. And as you can see, the cupboards just pop open. We have no door handles or anything to catch anything on, so anywhere in the boat they're all push-pull opening, which is lovely. Coming around to the kitchen, the worktops are solid oak, and Liam made me a lovely chopping board out of a spare chunk of worktop. Underneath that there's a drawer there for the cooking utensils, and a cupboard underneath which actually goes all the way back to the wall. Coming up on the wall, spice rack, utensils and the knife rack. And the cooker there, 4 burners, a grill, an oven and storage unit underneath it. And then we have the sink with there's a sink and a quarter, sink and a half, whatever they call it, and a drainer. We actually went to buy a cheap stainless steel one and came back with a very expensive black one, but we're very glad we did, because we've discovered that the light doesn't glare back off of that like it would do off of a stainless steel one, so it's brilliant. Underneath that, a couple of a double cupboard I should say. Again, that goes right back onto the gunnels, so very deep cupboard, it's brilliant. Now in this corner here is worktop, and you may notice there's hinges on it. This is where this worktop lifts up, if I can just do that, and the catch is on the catch at the top there, and underneath that is the washing machine, top loader washing machine, making use of an otherwise dead space, inaccessible space. We're really pleased with that, it's brilliant. A couple of shelves above there, and there's a full-size fridge freezer. Then we come through towards the bathroom, very little different. The only real difference is that we've changed the loo. I won't go into details on that, but this door right by us here is the one that used to be actually on the bathroom. It's now kind of on the side of the kitchen, and it closes across the corridor to give the privacy in the bathroom rather than closing across the actual bathroom and making it enclosed. So what we've actually ended up with is a more spacious bathroom with a bit more elbow room, and it also means we've got a radiator and a towel rail actually in the bathroom rather than the corridor. And shut outside. And the other door of the bathroom is this cupboard door, which then shuts across to give the privacy, and that's hiding the storage cupboard inside there. So it's kind of a walk-through bathroom, but not quite. Then we come through to the back. This is what used to be our spare bedroom. Hello, Oakley. And this is now our full bedroom. It's a double bed, a normal 4'6" width double bed. We could have gone for 5 foot, but then we would have sacrificed cupboard space. And the way that it works is there's this wooden panel at the bottom, which at night goes down onto a rail on the wall, and the mattress is in 2 sections. The bottom section of the mattress just flips over. Put the sheet over it, put the duvet over it, bed is made, and that's absolutely marvellous. Then to the side there's a wardrobe at the above, and a little drawer which goes all the way back to the gunnels, and a kind of bedside cubby hole which is just big enough for an iPad and a coffee cup, basic essentials. And then there's another cupboard underneath. Underneath the bed, I don't know how I can get to that, yeah, it does kind of show. There's hatchways there that go in, and that's all storage under the whole of the bottom of the bed. We can either access it through those storage holes or through taking the mattress off and going in from above, and absolutely brilliant. Again, my side of the bed, the wardrobe and the drawer and the cubby hole and the cupboard under. Another narrow cupboard there that's just filled an otherwise empty space, and the airing cupboard at the end. Still largely unchanged inside, but it's just got the nice door on the outside. Coming around to this side, the electronic wizardry has now got a cupboard door on it. I'm very pleased about that. It hides it, and that's a mystery to me what goes on behind that thing. And then the back steps, we now have 3 storage steps again instead of the 2 very steep ones that we had before. And these I don't open very often. They contain vast amounts of tools and heaven only knows what else. It's Tim's department. And then coming up onto the back deck, we come into the pram cover, and as you can see we've got the deck chairs and the picnic table stored out of the way in there. This is all completely undercover and weatherproof in here. Looking back, the sun's beginning to burn off the steam from the windows, or the condensation, and this is the inside of the pram cover. As you see, it's all kind of pops together and zips together, and that all folds down when we're cruising along. And that's the open side coming around there. And that basically, just looking back down through again very briefly, that is our new home, and we love it.